thank you for joining us today. My name is Leke Olateru Olagbegi, and this is the Republic of Presidents. In the year 1996, I sneaked out of my room around 1 a.m. in the morning to watch a football match. That football match was Nigeria versus Brazil, and it turned out to be, for me, the biggest match of the century that the Super Eagles of Nigeria had played. After sitting for about 5 minutes watching the match, I went to wake my sister up and got her also to come join me to watch the match. Why was I sneaking around? Well, because it was early in the morning. I had school the next day, and woe betide me if my dad had come into the room and caught us watching TV that day. So it was a match I couldn't afford to miss, and I sat down. And gradually the match progressed. My sister and I, we sat and we watched and enjoyed, or did not enjoy the match, because shortly after we showed up, Brazil was leading 3-1. My sister was like, "Okay, why did you call me now? Why did you have to wake me up from sleep to come and watch this nonsense match? Nigeria is losing self." Nonsense. She hissed and she went back to sleep. Shortly after that, Victor Ikpibanosa, as the English commentator called him back then, he said, "Victor Ikpibanosa, in the net! Nigeria 2, Brazil 3. I didn't know everyone else in the neighborhood was watching. I heard goal in the middle of the night. I was like, yes, 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 we're making it, we're going there. And then shortly after that, Nwankwo Kanu did the unthinkable. In the last few seconds of injury time, Nwankwo Kanu put the ball into the net. It was absolute chaos in the neighborhood. Everybody went, goal! My sister, who had gone to sleep at that time, she rushed back into the living room. I was like, "Hey, kilo shele. That's Yoruba for what happened? What happened?" I was like, "See you. Nigeria scored. It is now 3-3. She was like, "Wow, yes, game on." So we sat down and we watched the rest of the match. And very shortly after that, the first ever golden goal was kicked in by the same Nwankwo Kanu, and Nigeria won the gold medal of the Atlanta Olympics 1996. My, what a great day for us. I almost didn't go to school the next day. I was in secondary school at the time. I almost didn't go to school at the time because I was jubilating well into the night. We now, oh, we now, oh, we now. It was joy all around. That day was the biggest day ever in Nigerian football. Why did I tell you this story? I told you this story because as I watched that match that night, along with millions of other Nigerians across the country, we forgot which tribe we all came from. We forgot that we were Igbos or Hausas or Yorubas or Nupes or Igalas. We forgot all about that. We only knew that all of us were Nigerians and we were backing one team, and the only color that day was green, white, green. Now think about it for a moment. When we select the guys that play for the Super Eagles, do we ask them, "Bros, which tribe you come from?" Do we ask them, "Are you Hausa, Igbo, Igala, Yoruba, Nupe, or Ishekiri?" Do we ask them, "Are you Urobo?" Do we? No, we don't. We only put the football before them, try to integrate them into the team, and see the best players that can make Nigeria to win the next match or the next tournament. That's what we do. So why then, when we want to select our presidents, why do we start talking about there is something called zoning? Why do we think about tribe and race and religion when it comes to politics? Why don't we just choose the best? The same way we choose the best players to play for Nigeria. When we choose players for the Tigers, the Nigerian basketball team, why don't we talk about their tribe? Why do we just select the best of them? So how come when we want to select our president, we keep talking about a tribe and federal character? Okay, now it's time, let us zone it to the north, or let's zone it to the south. Really? What's the meaning of that? I want to ask you a question. If you had life-saving surgery, that you needed to take tomorrow for yourself or for a member of your family, would you care what tribe the guy came from? Would you care whether he's white or he's black or he's from one obscure, never heard about tribe? What about the water you drink, the Ever Water? Do you know the shareholders in that company? What about Nestle? What about the other bottled water brands? What about the salts that we use in our houses? Do we care about the tribe of the people that made them? What about our banks, the banks that we patronize? Do we say, oh, I must only go for a Hausa bank or a Yoruba bank? Do we care about those things? Why then do we care about those things when it comes to choosing a leader for Nigeria? You see, on one level, we may claim that allowing every tribe access to the presidency is a great thing. But trust me, that's not nearly as good as what we need to be doing. Why do we care more about the tribe of our president than the qualities of our president? Why don't we care enough about the competence of our leaders? If Nigeria were only to select the best of the very best out of 200 million people, we have more than enough good hands to lead this country. Right now, Nigeria is in a very dire situation. Nigeria can hardly pay salaries of federal government workers. This is the fact today. We don't need just anybody. We don't need anyone just because of their tribe. We need a leader who has the competence and the capacity to take us where we want to go. Let us vote not for party or for religion or for race. Let us vote for the guy that we know to be the best Okocha. This is our responsibility. When we play our own role, then we are presidents in our own little corner. This is the word for today, guys. Until we see you again, keep thinking and acting like a president. God bless you, and God bless Nigeria.